This is fun. This is kind of like giving me the opportunity to like um my intention here is to kind of like approach this the same way that I've been approaching my journaling sessions. When it comes to journaling, my goal over the long term when it comes to journaling is to wake up, have my dreams remembered clearly, and just write them out and everything because dreams pertain to our lives 100%. I haven't started reading a whole lot of it yet, but Carl Jung, um, my sweetheart used to, when we would wake up and she would get to work, she would read stuff by Carl Jung, Sigmund Freud, and a lot of stuff has to do with dreams, and I want to get really deep into that because dreams actually pertain to our lives so much more than we realize. Metaphorically, symbolically, they tell us things that we need to know about what's going on in our lives. And I just think that it's really interesting to kind of like, look at it from that perspective because you can actually learn a lot about your life, about what's happening, about what it is that you need to do in your life from your dreams. So I'm definitely going to start doing that. But what I like about this experience right here is the ability to just explore what it is that I'm feeling. And that's exactly what my sweetheart said to me the other day. She was like, I miss your YouTube videos. And I was like, yeah, I used to do them and I miss it too. Like I miss just talking. And I feel like before the way that I was approaching things was from a standpoint of, all right, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be this, that, and the other. I got to make sure that I'm editing. No, I don't care. I'm just gonna more so similarly to my journaling. This is an experience where I just get to like talk and then of course upload and then like reflect like, oh wow, like years ago I was thinking that, like cool, I was going through this healing, I was going through this, that, and the other. Awesome. That's what I'm looking for here. Doesn't need to be perfect. I'm going to explore some really interesting things. That's what I'm excited about. um, but more so what I wanted to talk about is my hair's really fucking long. That's not what I wanted to talk about, but what I do want to get into is individuation and differentiation, individuality. One of the biggest things that I've been exploring with my psychologist over the past few sessions is individuation and differentiation. And the reason why we've been exploring this is because I'm not going to name any names, but I come from a system that has dynamics of enmeshment and codependency. And within a system like that, it's very challenging for any individual in the system to actually be an individual and individuate and have their own thoughts and feelings that belong to them. When you come from a system like that, you can get really easily sucked into having to like worry about what everyone else is thinking and go to everyone else before you actually make a decision for yourself. I'm trying to get away from that because I don't want to live that way anymore. But what's interesting is that my sweetheart actually really wants me to cut my hair. And I want to too, but I also am enjoying having long hair because I haven't had this long of hair since like middle school and high school. And it's cool because I'm observing from afar this pressure that I feel from her, and even potentially from like other people in the household and everything. And you keep saying you're gonna cut your hair. Over and over again. You keep saying you're gonna cut your hair, and it's like I'm looking at it from afar, and I'm like, this is my body. I'll do what the fuck I want with it. And they're like, but you said you were going to cut your hair. Okay, I changed my mind. So the having the audacity to hold yourself in such a strong state of doing for yourself despite what everyone else is thinking and doing, that's individuation, that's differentiation, that's power. Holding your own thoughts and opinions despite what everyone else thinks, that's where the power lies. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have that. I would argue that more people than less actually don't have that. And so I'm kind of like looking at that and I'm seeing it for what it is. I don't want to live like that. That's a fucking prison. Not being able to do for yourself, not being able to think for yourself, not being able to feel for yourself because you're so locked inside of a system of enmeshment. I can't be okay unless you're okay. I can't do this unless I get some type of validation, whether, whatever type of validation it is from you for me to move forward to do this. I've spent my entire life growing up like that, the past 30 plus a couple years of my life. like that, and I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore because I know what I want for myself, and I know that I'm healing now, and I can't live the next 30 years of my life like I did the past. And it's also interesting too, because my sweetheart and I talk about this shit all the time. We talk about this healing stuff. We talk about all these different things within our experiences of healing. And, it comes to the point where our conversation is like, this is really difficult. Like, this sucks. Healing fucking sucks. It's exhausting. I don't want it anymore. Like, you get to the point where, like, it's punching you in the fucking face. It's cornering you. It's punching you in the fucking face, in the gut, in the heart, in the, wherever, everywhere. And you're like, like KO, tap out, but like, you can't tap out because it's not going to stop. It just keeps going. And honestly, I'm just excited to see like how things change. I've already been setting crazy fucking standards and boundaries. I'm looking closely at how people talk to me, and I'm not fucking I'm not taking shit that I don't need to anymore, and I fucking love it. I would argue that your journey of healing is the most profound awakening that you'll ever go through in your entire life. I've gone through other awakenings. I've gone through diet awakenings. I've gone through, lifestyle awakenings and everything. And it's just really fucking cool to be here. And actually just today, somebody in my life, he came to me because I was trying to explain an experience that I had when I went for a walk earlier today. And he was trying to say something to me that would be considered like, haha, take a joke, take the punches, this, that, and the other. But what's interesting is that for me, what he was referring to locks me inside of an identity about myself that I have no interest in being a part of anymore, or playing a part of. And so I completely ignored the fact that he was like referring to like something and making a joke about it. I completely ignored it twice. And he was like, I'm just messing with you. Ignore it again. If we are not consciously aware of the kind of life that we want to create for ourselves moving forward, other people will create it. And that is where I talk about individuation and differentiation. Because you're so sucked into a system that you've learned that you can't be okay with yourself unless they're okay. And if they're not okay, then you can't be okay. And you can't base your own thoughts and feelings and opinions for yourself. You have to rely on theirs. You have to wait for them. No, I'm not doing that anymore. Anyway, there was something else that I wanted to talk about in this. And I'm not sure that I remember what it was. Basically, that's the thing that I think is so interesting about this pursuit, yes, that's the word I was trying to say, of like figuring out if I'm going to cut my hair or not. I want to get to a point in my life where I'm so individually strong that not even the closest people to me have an effect on my thoughts, my feelings, my behaviors, my actions. I want this life for myself. I don't give a fuck, and I am not willing to settle, because I've been in the settling field. I've been in that space of awareness, and it fucking sucks, because there is no genuine happiness there. There's no long-term or authentic. There's no long-term or authentic happiness. It's just not the way. In my opinion, you need to individuate. You need to differentiate away from whatever the fuck you came from, and just do for yourself. And that's what I like about what Gary Vaynerchuk talks about, is even the people closest to you, don't worry about what they think, don't worry about what they feel. Just do what the fuck you want to do. The most genuine happiness in your life will come when you're actually authentically doing for you, and you really need to keep that in mind. I feel like there was one more thing that I wanted to touch base on, but I'm not entirely sure if that is... I could swear there's one thing. I thought about it this morning, and I was like, that's it. That's the other thing I want to talk about. What am I feeling? I'll just talk about what I'm feeling right now for a little bit, and then I'll stop it. I'm feeling like I'm on the verge of something profound. And now, let me just say this real quick. I have never felt like I feel now, like I've felt over the past few months to, a year. Around the time since I've met my sweetheart, actually. My healing has been triggered by many things, specifically within my relationship with her, and it's really interesting. But I do feel like I'm on, like, the verge of something fucking profound. And I'm very excited to continue to watch it unfold because I know that it's going to be powerful. I have no interest in settling in any way, shape, or form at this point in my life because I, again, between 5 years ago and a decade ago, I planted seeds that are the very reason that I am here right now. And again, I'm going to plant seeds now that are going to be the very reason that I will be where I'll be in 5 to 10 years. It is important to not tread lightly on behalf of this because it will take me from, to the extent that I'm healing right now, that's already going to do a profound amount of serious fucking wonder in my life. And I'm very excited to see how that wonder kind of unfolds itself. But other than that, yeah, the work right now is fucking deep. There's deeply rooted shit, dark fucking shit that I haven't explored ever before, or some stuff in a long time. And I'm just excited to see how that will change things moving forward. My energy has completely shifted, and I'm just excited to see how it continues to shift and how that dynamic continues to affect how I am with myself as well as how other people are with me. Yeah, this, my life, it's kind of like that idea of, like, you remember when you wanted to be where you are now? Yeah, I do, and I'm I'm fucking excited as hell to be here. It's cool. It's really cool. And stepping deeper and deeper and deeper into that space of awareness, really trying to just, like, sense everything, like, understand, like, oh, cool, oh, awesome, oh, no, get the fuck out. And that's the cool thing, that ability to look at something and without fucking any pause at all, nope, get the fuck out. That bluntness, that sense of boundaries and standards, that's what I'm going for. I have absolutely zero interest in wasting any time with any bullshit, any noise, nope, not happening. Because this is it, like, we're literally not going to be here someday. But I'm excited to be here. Yeah, we'll see what's to come. Anyway, it's been a fun journey with my sweetheart. And I'm excited to see how things unfold for she and I. I'm excited to see how things unfold for myself. I have never been here before, but this space of awareness that I'm in is drastically different than anything I've ever been in before. So, yeah, I'm excited. Thanks so much, my friends, for stopping in to watch this video. By the way, my friends, in case you didn't know, I have a podcast that you could check out if you want to. It should be linked in the bio down below. Again, thanks for stopping in, and yeah, take care of yourselves.